Hey everybody, and thank you for joining us on another episode of CryptoClarify.io. I'm Ryan, joined by my friend and co-host here, George.
Hey everybody.
And today we're going to talk to you about Vechain. And the applications for this technology really are endless.
And we're really excited to talk about it.
George, you want to take it away?
Okay, so Vechain, or VEN, I kind of consider the best example of it to be like a focus on luxury goods, but really there's much more applicability, many more opportunities for applying it.
Yeah, and the reason George mentions luxury goods is because the coin was really initially made for the expensive luxury good marketplace. Not limited to it, however, the early adopters of this technology / coin really are the luxury good manufacturers.
Yeah, you could. You definitely could. Luxury goods is going to be at the top of the list because there's money there.
Yeah, and those are the companies that would really want to see the full 360-degree view of their product's life cycle. You know, the data.
And this is the amazing thing about the Vechain is that it takes advantage of the blockchain being an immutable public ledger. So immutable public ledger means that it's available for everyone to see, and immutable means that it doesn't change, like it keeps track of all the transactions. It does change, it does add new transactions to it, but all the past transactions are recorded, which yields itself to have like an incredible opportunity to have a great mechanism for keeping track of a product's history.
The life cycle of the product.
The life cycle of the product. So you can see when the product's manufactured, where it is shipping,
who purchases it, and where does it go from there?
Where it goes, who repurchases it.
Exactly.
So it's a great opportunity to prevent fraud or in luxury goods or in other items, and we'll get to those other items as well. But it will work in conjunction with IoT, or the Internet of Things.
And RFIDs.
And RFIDs. So we'll talk about RFID technology. It's nothing new. It is great. It's basically a way of keeping track of inventory electronically.
And due to the blockchain technology, this information can be available anywhere in the world, in real time, or close to it, which lends itself to preventing fraudulent activity from taking place, because fraudulent activity takes place where there's lack of information.
Yeah, it's sensors that you can attach to products that'll tell you where the product is, what it is, and where it's located. It could be on a storefront, could be in a shipping facility, wherever. So having that integrating with other sensors, with your Internet of Things, and then with the blockchain, leads you to know exactly what is happening to a product and where it's going. So this is great for preventing lots of fraud that you see with luxury items.
A good example of this would be a really expensive luxury coat.
So I could go into a store, I could buy an expensive leather jacket, and I could look at it and say, you know what, I can make this. And so I go buy a cheap leather jacket, I get a label, I stick it on the good, and then I return it to the store. And then they take it back, and all of a sudden a counterfeit item has entered into the purchasing supply. Right. Well, this would prevent that. Immediately a store clerk could scan a sensor and say, there's no sensor in this jacket. And they'd immediately see, well, you did indeed purchase this jacket, but this isn't the jacket we sold you. So it does actually prevent a lot of fraud. And we would all agree, like you look at the blockchain, you would look at the consensus ledger, and we could all agree that, oh yeah, this is indeed the item, or this isn't not. Yep. Now, the greater potential for this is in other avenues, like it could be one example that Vechain gives is automobiles. You could look at service records on your automobile. Scan a tag, immediately know if the oil has been changed. Scan another tag on the oil, they know exactly what oil went into the car. Yeah. So you could verify every step of the way that your car was maintained properly.
Another example would be produce, and making sure that the inventory of the produce was kept at the right temperature. Say the temperature fluctuated wildly due to a malfunction, you could know in real time whether or not that food was compromised and, not to allow it on your shelves.
Or we had even talked about hospitals.
Oh, yeah, the medical applications for this technology is really endless.
Yeah, a patient could be sitting in a bed and receive a medication. 2 hours later, another practitioner comes in and tries to give him or her the same medication. That could potentially lead to like an overdose or some kind of poisoning. And then the practitioner stopped, realizing, oh, this has actually happened. This patient has actually already received their medication.
So many applications for this product.
Yeah, there's a lot there. I mean, even with food supply alone, it's amazing. Like you could stop so many, if some dairy product was kept at a low temperature for too high of a temperature for too long, it could lead to like food poisoning, right?
Again, the future is IoT, and it will be fun to see which of the coins integrate their services, / technologies with the future and to see what it looks like.
Yeah, so this technology works well with supply chain, RFID technology, the Internet of Things, and it's the blockchain part of it. So it's incredible.
This coin was developed a couple years ago, which is a while for the altcoin marketplace. And the charts have shown that it's a strong technology, and it's looking to be adopted by different manufacturers.
I think so. And the other thing about this coin is that it's more broadly focused. Like its potential is much more broad than say like a coin that focuses exclusively on medical.
Right.
Or one that focuses exclusively on food supply.
Right.
Like this one is much more well-rounded, which I think leads it to have much more adaptability or adoptability.
Yep. Do you want to touch on the full supply?
Yeah, I mean their total supply is about 870 million, 873 million around there, or their total possible supply. The circulating supply is like at 475 million. I mean, yeah, that's potentially high, but also, I mean, it's not as low as like Bitcoin at 21 million.
It's not a trillion.
It's not a trillion. It's not a billion. It's still in the millions.
Yes.
So coupled with the technology, the applications, and the team behind it, it's a great coin.
And again, we're not giving any sort of financial advice. We're just covering some of the more fun, interesting altcoins out there in the altcoin marketplace and giving you our analysis.
Certainly.
We ask that you go visit cryptoclarify.io, check out our newest articles that we have related to each of the coins that we break down.
Yeah, check out our website. We just added some links to articles and other resources.
And give us a thumbs up and subscribe so we can do more of these.
Thanks again, everybody.
All right, thanks everybody.